The most important thing is, do you believe in what you're doing? Do you believe what you're providing is the best thing for this person? And that conviction should be felt by them, that even though you might be young, you might be inexperienced, I don't care what it is. If you believe it, I'm more likely to believe it. And if you don't believe it, I certainly am not going to believe it.
Welcome to Sales Assassins, the podcast that unveils the lost art of word-of-mouth marketing for professionals just like you. We cover everything from building relationships and nurturing connections to overcoming the challenges of modern marketing. You'll learn how to stand out in a crowded market, charge confidently for your services, and create an army of people recommending you without hesitation. Now, let's dive in and make you deadly effective at sales.
Welcome to Sales Assassins, Joe. It is confidence building time.
Oh boy.
It's your job to motivate everybody.
Makes me tight.
Yeah. It's on your shoulders to change
man.
their lives today. And you got 15 minutes. Go.
Okay, go.
Yeah, we were talking through something that's been coming up just more and more. This is this idea of belief and confidence. And I think it is a back and forth, right? Like, it's some level at the very beginning on your entrepreneurial journey of whatever you've got, there's gotta be a little bit of, I don't know, like, let's give it a shot. I think I can do it. Like, there has to be that to get that flywheel going to then get results and then go. Talk to me about what's been coming up and your thoughts around that.
Well, the thing that is, and it's been just the past couple weeks, and last week in one of our assassin calls, they talked about confidence and building confidence. And I think you can build confidence, but you have to believe first. So it's the belief, and I say it, you should start believing you are the best and only option. So I'm the best and I'm the only, and that's not being arrogant, like I'm better than everybody. It's that I'm going to do the work and commit and do what's right for people every time. So what I'm going to do is what's going to be best for them. So that makes what I do the best. And it's the only option to get you where you really want to go. That's a strong belief.
Yeah, and that I know that I have a unique combination of certain things, including that work ethic and including that I know, because I've talked to my, looked at my competitors. I've done this, I've done all that. I know what I can do. You can't get this anywhere else. I think that's strong.
Well, and I think that it is felt. And, if it's day one, you may not be as strong in your belief. But, and I can use any example of professions. If you're an advisor, if you're an insurance agent, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a lawyer, if you're a CPA, the person sitting across from you knows about 0.1% about what you're talking about. If you're in those fields, or if you're professional, or if you're in trades or whatever it is, and you know the skill, like we talk about hygiene. If I know the skill, at that point, I'm light years ahead of everyone else that I would encounter. Now, that doesn't mean they don't think they know more than you. I've met a lot of those people. They're an armchair advisor or trader, or what, and I'm not vilifying them. They can have confidence too. It's just, I think that especially maybe in the younger years, you think that people know more than you do, and so it hurts your confidence, and that's not accurate. When we had new advisors get their Series 7, well, okay, now 99% more than everybody on the planet. There's only 230,000 out of 300 million in the United States that have what you have. So that's a good starting point, but it's more, that's kind of the technical side of it. I look at it as, if you are convicted in what you are providing, that should be felt. So it came up, and we were talking more about like sales process and closing and all the, I don't know, cool taglines online or whatever. And people think that, if I say some magic incantation, or if I do these sales things, and those are you need to be able to run a sales meeting. I'm not saying that. It's just, the most important thing is, do you believe in what you're doing? Do you believe what you're providing is the best thing for this person? And that conviction should be felt by them, that even though you might be young, you might be inexperienced, I don't care what it is. If you believe it, I'm more likely to believe it. And if you don't believe it, I certainly am not going to believe it. So that's where, and in Assassins, we've got a wide range of people. We got people that are 22 and people that are 52. So that it can waver. I mean, it's not, always set in stone, but it's just that, when I look at it, it's like, if I'm the best and only solution because I know I'm going to do everything I can to help this person, and I know what I do gets the result, and whatever my unique mechanism, whether it's me or a combination of my platform or whatever it is the best way for them to get it, that should start to build the first steps of confidence. Then you have to go out and start executing on that and then delivering the results. So the confidence builds on reps, but it's the belief in the beginning that, hey, I chose this, I'm passionate about it, and I'm thinking about the other person. Lack of confidence comes from when I'm thinking about me. How am I looking? What do I sound like? And yes, you need that. We talk hygiene. So it's I don't know, what is that, a paradox? You have to have those things, but focus on the other person. And what I see a lot, and we may have discussed this, I can't keep track of everything we talk about. I'm getting old. That's our new running theme, by the way, my oldness. We were talking about how neither of us sleep very well anymore because we're just old. But anyway, if I'm giving them my best, and that's, what I'm putting out there, how could you not believe it? And when you don't believe that, what I see is I'm going to give you a couple options. I'm going to, it's that old tell them what they need, sell them what they want mentality. I say that all the time because I that was thrust upon me when I started in financial services. You need to make sale today. So if I tell you what I believe, but I give you something I don't believe in, that affects my confidence. If I say, okay, this is what I believe you should do. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And I say, okay, yeah. And I, sign you up. Well, what did I just do to myself? I've taken what I believed and threw that out the window. I'm just now I'm trying to make a sale. And if you keep doing that, then you won't have any confidence.
Yeah, that misalignment right there, like that's where it doesn't happen you don't go off a cliff, but you go increment by increment. And because if you do it once and it's fine, you talk yourself into, oh yeah, justify it. You'll do it again and again. And yeah, then the whole reason we're talking about this is because of that energy, what is felt from that other person when you're having that conversation about what you do. That's why we're talking about this, because you mentioned it, that belief in what you offer and how you can help somebody, that comes through no matter what words you're using. And if that goes away, you got nothing.
Right.
So,
well, and I would say you'll get more confidence from walking away from something than you will from closing someone. I mean, think if I have the integrity to say that's not right for you, it's going to end poorly, it's not what you should be doing, I can't do that. That's that's your professional integrity, and you walk away from that, you'll feel way more confident than if you walk away saying that ain't gonna work out. I hope this works because it's what you wanted. And by the way, in professional sales, so any of those trades or professions I talked about, if it goes south, they're not going to say, "Oh, I remember you told me that wasn't going to work." That's not how that ends. It ends in, "Why did you let me do this? This was on you." So maintaining that integrity is going to build your confidence more than anything. I mean, even, it's kind of a weird thought, but I'll put it out there. Sometimes you should fire a client. I mean, that if you want to start building your self-confidence is, stand for what you stand for. And if someone doesn't align with that, like in pillars, if they don't listen, why keep them? Because that's bullets been fired out of that, and it's just a matter of time. So if you keep someone around that doesn't listen to you, at some point that's going to come back to get you, and not in a good way. And it also, you're telling yourself, I don't have the courage to do that. I don't have the courage to stand my ground. And I think there's it's okay to have a little swagger. I mean, again, there's a difference between being an arrogant asshole and having a little swagger. Like you should give an air of like, I know what I'm doing and I'm here to help people. And if you want my help, I'll help you all day long. If you don't, go find someone else. I stood up and I was young when I did this. We were in a country club back in Illinois, and we had like 50 people in the room. We were doing a seminar. We used to do seminars every month. They were pretty cool. But it was at the country club, so I liked it. And a lady kind of challenged me, and standing up in front of a group, and all these people, I didn't know any of them. I said, I can introduce you to a lot less successful advisors if you'd like. And my partner was standing by me, and our wholesaler about fell down. But it changed, like, immediately. Like, it changed the dynamic of the conversation. She stopped and it's like, hey, I believe in what I'm saying. And I know this is hard to believe. You can be wrong. Part of building confidence is admitting when you're wrong and just say, hey, I made a mistake and I'll fix it. And I wasn't right about that. That builds confidence too. People who are never wrong are suspect to me because I've never met anyone who's never been wrong. But like that, I think for our assassins, just getting the mindset that I'm going to do my best for you, that makes what I'm doing the best, is what they should be targeting, because that conviction will go a long way. And it's not like they're not going to deceive someone. So if you're honest and you have integrity and you do what you say, that's all you need to get started with building self-confidence. I mean, that's really the launching pad.
Yeah. And again, it's important for you to keep going, to get you through the day, to build your business. But again, look at the other person. It's important for you to build self-confidence so that you can help more people,
right?
Because then they can see it in you that you know what you're talking about, you believe in it. You're going to get through this together, right or wrong. Again, back to, I'm the best in this because I know I'm going to do whatever it takes. I've done it before. I'll do it again. And we're going to get this figured out.
And I'll adjust. And the other thing we talk about, and this is probably more prevalent than you think, is be your own client. If you're not, I've ran into some people, and it's been recently where, whether it's an insurance or advisory or whatever it is, they're not their own client. So how could I expect you to do it if I don't do it? If you ever got called on the carpet by a client on that would be pretty embarrassing. Like, you don't put your money here. You don't have your insurance here. You didn't use a realtor. That's something that, hey, I know this because I do it. It's part of my life. Like, I have a saying, I don't talk about stuff I don't do. I think that's dangerous. You could give some philosophy, but I'm saying, like, I wouldn't go out there and try to do something that I haven't done or that I'm not doing, because it hurts credibility. And then you want to get shook on confidence. That's a big one. So you could start by being your own best client, and that will help you. And you'll see what it's like. It gives you more so it's a lot of things. You see how it works. We have one of our, and she's in one of our immersions. She has a new employee, and we were talking the other day, and it was like, well, she doesn't have her insurance here yet. I'm like, okay, well, she's sitting out front, and every person that walks through here interacts with her and talks to her, and she has no idea what it's like to be a client here. I'd get that rectified real quick so that she can, empathize. And we say empathy moves money faster than anything. I get you and I can help you. But if you have no, track record there, that's pretty tough. That's a tough one to be like, tough break. I got mine over here. It's great, by the way. You want to try it?
Exactly. And that's, again, it goes back to, that feeds right back into the confidence, belief, even if whatever circumstance there is around that comes out. Even if they never say, oh, do you have your insurance here? Even if they never say it, there's a little bit, again, it's back to that energy. Every time you're sitting there going, hey, you should do this with your money, or you should do this with, whatever it is, then, and you're not doing that,
right?
that little bit's trickling out that that you don't believe it.
You're leaking.
Yeah, exactly. You got a little leak. Might want to, it's coming out the ears a little bit.
Yeah. When I was a director, sometimes we have, advisors that want to open an outside account. I'm like, why not here? This is what you do. So and again, I sometimes come off as judgy. I'm just saying, if you want to be convicted and start with belief, do it yourself. and then give the best option and believe that it's the only. That's where I'm going with that.
Yeah. And the reason for all of it is it's just going to help you. It's going to help your client. I think that's fantastic. So awesome. Let's wrap it up there. And I think you've done it.
I did it
motivated
again.
people. Absolutely. All right. We'll see you all.
All right, man.
Next time.
Peace.
In a sea of endless digital noise, your ability to connect and generate authentic word of mouth is your deadliest weapon. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to break through to the next level, the principles we discuss here are your blueprint for success. It's all about being the most trusted and valued in your network. To maximize what you've learned today, visit joinsalesassassins.com to see how you can become a true sales assassin in your industry. Until next time, keep sharpening your skills, expanding your network, and remember, in the world of sales, the true assassins strike silently but effectively by doing what nobody sees coming, building genuine connections and powerful relationships. Stay deadly, stay authentic, and we'll see you on the next episode of Sales Assassins.
This show is powered by Media Leads. To get your next great podcast produced, go to MediaLeadsCo.com.